The IT doesn't come to you and tell you, I have a great thing how you can automate your stuff. Usually you only know how your stuff works.
Thanks for joining BRYTER TV. Quick introduction. Who are you? What is your role within Telefónica? What are your current topics?
Thanks for inviting me. Thanks for having me. I'm Marcel Ritter. I am the so-called General Counsel of Telefónica in Germany. I lead the legal department. My first digitization project, that's how we call it, was back in 2003, when a quite young and inspiring General Counsel from the UK, or head legal, whatever it was, I don't quite remember, said, look guys, we need to digitize stuff. And that's 18 years ago. So we did some stuff back then. We did some other stuff in the meantime, and recently we did further stuff, and we did introduce BRYTER, and we have created our use cases there.
You started legal technology and projects already back in the 2000s. Can you share what that was?
Yeah, it was contract database. We said, look, we had working groups, practice groups throughout Europe. We were distributed over Ireland, England, and Germany, and the Netherlands back then. And we were O2. We weren't even owned by Telefónica back then. So it was pre-Telefónica times. And we said we can learn from each other a lot. And that's, for example, in contracts. And we wanted to have an overview, what kind of contracts we have, how can we use them, and we need to classify them first. So we really had paper metadata sheets that were filled in, and then they were scanned, and then with that the contracts were scanned, so you could search contracts much better than before, and you knew then they were categorized, like what kind of contract, who are the parties, who's the legal owner of it, is there a change of control in it, and stuff like that. So it was categorizing contracts, actually.
Would you have guessed that in the year 2021 you would still submit paper documents to court, at least in some parts of Europe?
One aspect is the paper thing, and ESG becoming more and more important, especially also for the listed companies that we are. Looking at the environment, looking at sustainability. I mean, even if contracts is only a small bit, but a few weeks ago we had an issue where we had thousands of pages of contracts to be signed and to be delivered over half of the globe. And we were quite upset that our electronic signing solution isn't there, or wasn't there yet. The partner had it, good luck us. So spared us 8,000 pages of paper.
Quick question to you, as a general counsel of a fairly big organization. Top 3 issues for C-level decision makers in an organization that are lines of business and strategic thinkers outside of legal is digital transformation somewhere along these 3. How relevant is that in your operational work?
As a company, Telefónica worldwide and in Germany provides actually the connectivity that all of us need for any form of digitization. Everybody talks about 5G and all those things. Somebody said in the past, well, guys, we are the internet. I mean, of course, we are not the internet, but we are the key to the internet. If you think about it, the SIM card, or you plug into your DSL or whatever you have, fiber in the wall, is your key to the internet. And it's the key to the digital world. We said before we're connecting, but now we're saying actually we're democratizing sustainable access for everyone to digitalization, or to the digital world. And that tells you how important digitalization is for us as a company. It is our purpose to provide the means of digitalization to everyone, to make it affordable to everyone. We have a big program for reinventing, reorganizing our total IT infrastructure to be better in digital, to organize ourselves better. Because apart from providing the networks to the public, those networks require an organization in the background. 99% of my people haven't been in the office since March 2020. And yet we have done big transactions in that time. We have done billion euro transactions in that time. And anybody saying digital is not number one as a how do we do things, yeah, it's probably it's our every number. Yeah, it's relevant everywhere.
Is there a parallelity of the legal department in terms of digital adoption and digital solutions in parallel to the organization at large? How would you place legal?
As a general counsel, you can be creative in building alliances. Yeah? Say you are able to explain to your controller or to your CFO that you're doing something that helps his baseline. Then usually the door is open for a discussion. And then the question is, do I get money to invest in something like BRYTER, for example? Yeah. Do I get X euros to help automate certain things, to digitize certain things? In our case, I think digitization is a big thing, digitalization. We are also asked to digitize of sorts ourselves. We're not flooded with euros. Yeah, there's no suitcases left in front of my office or sent to my home now. That's for sure. But it is important to fight for that, because nobody, I mean, such as the IT doesn't come to you and tell you, look, I have a great thing how you can automate your stuff. Okay. Usually you only know how your stuff works. I think a bigger trend that I see and that I've started myself as well is the trend to have technical people in your team. And that inspired me to fight for that, for human resource in that sense, that helps me use the technology better, to help me inspire the people so that they can see the options, how things may work, which they don't know without such inspiration.
If you look into your budget and you look forward into the future of the next years to come, how do you see the digital transformation capabilities of legal evolving? If you see you have embedded technological capabilities, is the legal function going to be a hybrid one? Do you collaborate more with people outside the core focus areas, and will you become more digital in general?
Efficiency also will come with more and more technology be used. Not more and more technology as in we need to have every gadget that is available. Things that repetitively come up need to be automated of sorts. And we're learning also about that when we work with the really large organizations in our house, like customer service. We're servicing almost 50 million lines. So there's potential of 50 million people having an issue somewhere. And the people in customer service who have an experience of like something happening 10,000 times in a month, they program things, and we're learning from them. And I'm trying to get those inspirations, even though they have nothing to do with my hardcore legal work, but getting that inspiration in and see and establish together with technology people what is coming time and again to make this a self-service thing for our customers. Say you need a template for something that often happens. You just go through BRYTER, for example. You tell them which area you're working in, what kind of customer you're looking at, or is it something that you procure? And then you get your simple template for simple things.
You're speaking about self-services and making some of the service offering more available, more scalable, also leveraging automation there. Having worked on legal operations and having seen the possibilities that legal operations brings, what do you see there as an impact today and going forward of these changes and of these concepts that have been brought to the legal function in the last years?
To me, a very important step is, as I said, to bring technology into the DNA. I always talk about the gene pool to my people. Like, apart from the things we've already done, we're now bringing in technology genes into the team to establish what can we draw to the beginning. You know, lawyers always subsume. Yeah, lawyers say, "Oh, it depends," and then it looks like most of the times they ask sort of the same questions, and then they come to certain conclusions. And I say, well, if that's the case, can we not standardize that? Like, just like you normalize data when you create a data pool, like you normalize that sort of, and have the legal word of having a subsumption done before, like BRYTER offers, and then have those questions. everything is becoming regulated. So many areas, so many more regulations that we're facing. We need more time as companies, as lawyers, to look into all those regulations, and not everything is automated from day one. So that means we need to save time somewhere, and that's the automation that saves the time. A simple example is Christmas time. Christmas time, or the hundreds of questions, I cannot accept this gift or that gift. It's one of the standard examples for BRYTER again, where you can help your customers. Okay, have it decided by yourself. Just ask the system. Check in there, put in the data, and then you get an answer. And we've built it in a way that says, okay, it's okay to give or have that gift. It's better contact your compliance guy. And it's no, this doesn't work. Yeah, can't do that.
You need to have not just the domain expertise in the legal and compliance teams, but you also need to have the operational skill set to be able to manage the content, keep it up to date. So you're becoming a bit of an internal service provider. Is that something where you are seeing the technological functions in your team? I know that you're one of the organizations that are advanced in testing things and trialing things and having a almost natural curiosity. And I know that from working with you that you're one of the units where this is working, and you're looking into things, you're testing things, and then also go into the operational rollout, which is challenging in a big organization, of course. So
you need to solve your problems and your issues, and then try the things that can help you in your organization. And Teams is a good example. If you don't try it, if we hadn't tried, we would probably have big issues now in the pandemic. But somebody said, we're introducing it now, roll it out. And it was at the beginning not so easy, because not everybody knew everything about it yet, but we were getting to know it. So sometimes you also have to force yourself and the others around you to do the things that I hadn't known before.
Marcel, this was a great conversation. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for putting your trust in us and the technology as well. It's insightful to see how a European technology company, one of the biggest, actually views technology in the legal and regulatory areas.
Michael, thank you very much.